Ask the wise angels to guide me always to use this deck for the greatest good to others, with insights, wisdom, compassion, genuine authenticity, and deep truths. Spirit, thank you for being here, and thank you for being here, Aries. Do you know how long of a nap I took before I got to this reading? It took me like 2 days. This message is for the sign of Aries. Before going into this reading, I want to share with you guys and how a lot has been trapped in our body. You say, you know, it's really affecting my physical health at this time, Aries. No cards are coming out as I say it. How long was I shuffling? I don't even know, bro. Major Arcana, the Hierophant. You get the Queen of Cups. Sorry, I was gonna say Queen of Wands. I've just been kind of in that energy, I guess. Major Arcana, the Chariot, and we have the Four of Wands. A lot of this stuff that we're fighting for in the physical right now, Aries, the Hierophant. You know, it's sometimes hard to compromise with what society has to offer. It is also very difficult to compromise with people who are not willing to compromise with you, with the Queen of Cups. You know, you always have to, yes, I use reason. Yes, I go about situations with people, and certain situations with people, honoring myself, most importantly, because this is something that I have built for myself with the 10 of Pentacles. You know, I keep my focus where it's at to go after the life that I want, Four of Wands. And that perhaps right now that we're very vigilant in what we are doing and taking actions in which direction also we're in the direction that we're going, Aries. You know, we keep things silent for a reason, and we move in the way we are supposed to, in the flow that I know I am supposed to, you say, Aries. And out of that, for me, comes the richness of what it actually is happening in the moment for me, Aries, okay? We savor it because there is still tomorrow and the next day. And I'm going to need all the energy. I'm going to need to conserve all the energy I need, Aries. I feel at this time also, and let me tell you, before I went into this reading, remember how I said I took a long nap? I really did, bro. I felt like every time I wanted to go into this reading, it wouldn't let me. And that there were a lot of frustrations and burdens that also my body is fighting at this time in Virgo season. And I feel like going into your reading, there were a lot of wounds that were coming up for me as well. A lot from childhood, a lot from what is happening to me internally at this time. I do also feel that by reading for you guys, for each sign, it is a healing process for me also. In every aspect. And also in terms of my physical health. I feel sometimes, and this is for the sign of Virgo also. I'm speaking to our Virgos also, and how much we trap a lot in our stomach. And how it messes up our digestive system. Also affects our immune system. You know what I mean? We start to get body aches. And sometimes, you know, you wake up to it and you don't understand why it's there, and you don't know how to nourish it or make it, you know, make it feel at ease. And that may be slowing down, Knight of Swords. we feel like we have to take on so many responsibilities at this time, and that sometimes it's hard for us to just keep ourselves steady and still, Aries. And I think maybe that's why I am also feeling like I need to go at a certain pace, and like at a faster pace is what I'm feeling here, Aries. We want to get things done. We want to take up more responsibilities, because what comes out of that also is the richness that comes with that. I want it all. I don't just get up every day to not get what I want, Aries is saying at this time during Virgo season. This is my time to get all that back, or reclaiming all of this energy back, and maybe perhaps the energy that was taken away from you from so many people, and you didn't understand why this was happening to you constantly, and that it slowly affected your physical health, and that maybe at this time we're finding ways to nourish our body more and treating our body more with respect and not overworking ourselves, Aries. One of the things also that I had written down under your notes was to slow down and to nourish your body, which is so funny that that just came up. And treat your body as a precious friend is what I had put. You may be moving and faster than usual, Knight of Swords. And how fast I also wanted to go into this reading at a certain pace, also using my Knight of Swords, but I make sure before I do any of these signs readings, I also want to have a clear mind for myself and to put mine personal issues too, and understanding my personal issues. And what's funny and so fascinating is that as I go through these readings, it just so comes up for me as well. And I also am healing at the same time I am doing these readings. And most importantly, this is ultimately what heals me, is by doing these readings, because I am also working off of my instinctual gifts, and it's what I am willing to share with the world. And as we should, I think. The goodness and the richness and the abundance that we also pick up on a daily. We want to keep the inspiration going, And I think that is why Aries is so determined and so sometimes just, we really cannot savor the present because there is too much there, Aries. And that maybe I am having body aches, and that maybe I am having to get a lot more sun than usual, and that maybe I am having to go at a certain pace right now because there may be pressure in your body at this time that you're feeling, and it feels like it's trapped in our body. I kept the doors open because I wanted to hear the birds outside, and it's a beautiful day. I feel like it's the perfect weather right now, and like I said, every reading that I do, it takes me to a different vibe also, Aries, and I want to share also that by doing this reading and by taking my time and doing this reading, and also in the middle of retrograde, I was also having glitches, okay? Oh, how much I wanted to do this reading earlier, but it was either you or Taurus, and you came first because apparently there's a lot here that needs to be expressed, that somehow it's hard for us to express at this time. Our body is not moving in the way it is, and that maybe this is something to keep aware of during Virgo season, Aries, is to slow down and nourish our body and to treat our body like a friend. during Virgo season for Aries is about finding comfort within reach. It's feeling like there's nothing else here. Thank you, Spirit. Within reach, something is true and real, Aries. I love this reading and I love these cards for you guys at this time during Virgo season. I have had, going into this reading, I've had a lot of frustrations, expressed a lot of frustrations and anger and pain. And a lot of those too are burdens that you've been carrying for months now. And I feel that the best and what I am picking up for our Aries during Virgo season is we are good at being self-aware. You say, Aries, no problem. Staying in a state of gratitude, though, soothes the emotions that are coming up and the feelings that are coming up. And how much of that too that I had expressed in the last couple days, you guys, like I couldn't keep myself steady at work. There were a lot of pressure trapped in the body. And I feel that for me, when this comes up, it is a pressure that I can't seem to comprehend myself, because this is also trauma, I feel. And that a lot of this self-soothing during Virgo season would be of help to our Aries, because it can get too much. We lose our patience. We keep it in our body. A comfort conversation will help, may soothe the emotions, the negative emotions. Maybe I don't want to use the word negative, but just an emotion, a feeling that just does not make you feel comfortable. It is very disturbing. Please go, you say. Wheel of Fortune. I am taking this time to myself to reevaluate myself, because I am trying to chase and go after what it is that will make me feel good about myself. And also having to heal from things that I know were taken away intentionally, unintentionally, however it resonates, bro. The Emperor. I'm trying to build that back. I'm trying to create my world in the way I know feels right and is comfortable to me. I feel like there's a lot of this like control that's happening. And you are one to just really sit with your sense of self-control. Because people be testing, you say. The Chariot. Let me just go in a direction that I know will soothe. And I'm not also being judged for the pace that I'm going in. But also I'm really tired. Queen of Cups. You know? While I am feeling a certain feeling, a comfort conversation, a real, true conversation, clear conversation, will also help for our Aries. You may also feel that people are looking to you for things at this time, and you don't mind this at all, Aries. M1 to give, M1 to understand, M1 to empathize. You know, there's so much on my plate. There's so much on my plate too. And it's all okay. And you don't mind this at all, Aries, as long as it is coming from a good intention, you say. Don't mind helping you at all. Of course. But are you asking me, and is this coming from a pure intention? I'm already feeling pressure in my body, would really appreciate it if this is something that will also benefit me and you at the same time. I've been getting this energy of the yin and yang, and I keep imagining the symbol of it and how beautiful it came to me. It was like a big show. And I feel that Aries understand both sides very well and is working off of it simultaneously very well. And how much you get so much things done in a day because you're using that energy to keep you on your toes. I know when to use my feminine, and I know when to use my masculine. And I know when to use both at the same time. This is what makes us stronger. This is what makes us even more vulnerable, but show up with courage and bravery. And I guess that is what we're trying to bring about. And how also things that have been happening around us and in the world that's been affecting our mood, or there may be a lot of delays that's been happening because yes, retrograde is here. People are being people, and I'm just being me. And I would just like to get my things done without people putting pressure or even taking that self-soothe away from us, Aries, you say. It would be best to keep, in Virgo season, Aries, to make your kind of self-soothe a priority. I want to share with you guys, I thought that your sign was going to go last out of all the signs, and it was between you and Taurus. And I really thought you guys were going to be last, but I feel like we are also having to express a lot at this time, and I think we really need to, is what's being suggested, is to express a lot of that pressure and express a lot of that hurt. And I think Virgo season is pushing us to get there, because Virgo season is all about up and being congratulated, being in honor and standing in your honor, and celebrating yourself, and celebrating love, celebrating people. I think it was in, excuse me. Hey, bud. Sorry. In Virgo season, it being pushed to face these emotions and feelings that are very uncomfortable, so that we can fully feel it in Virgo season and appreciate it for what it has become, the richness of it all, Aries. I love that. I was telling myself how much I want to go. I don't know why I wanted to go so much, like in a pace, so fast going into this reading. I've had to practice on calming my body, and I think that was hard for me to do. Really hard for me to do. The last couple of days, I couldn't keep my toes. I couldn't keep it to myself also at work. I think that showed in my demeanor. I think it showed too. This attitude that I'm bringing about, the attitude that Aries is bringing about, this is a sense of protection, and it comes from a very sacred place. I'm trying to build my empire, but also I'm going to need everybody to just chill. It feels very deep. Self-soothing will be best. Slowing down in Virgo season. We are designed to transcend. That's what I'm trying to do, Aries says. Thank you, Aries, for letting me do this reading. And I also want to share and how much strength we're holding on at this time and the condition that we are in. I'm gonna need a bath later. Bye.